Hi everyone, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in today's video I want to reply to a comment I got recently under one of my videos which said, "This sounds silly, but I thought we lost moisture in our skin while sleeping, which is why it is good to wear a moisturizer at night." And I actually think this is a really interesting question because it touches on something that is often explained in a very confusing or even misleading way. So the short answer here is they are partially right, but not necessarily for the reason they might think. Because it is true that your skin can lose water over time. This is something called transepidermal water loss, which basically means that water slowly evaporates from your skin into the environment. And this is something that happens all the time, not just when you're sleeping. However, during the night, this water loss can feel more noticeable. For example, you are in the same environment for several hours, which might be quite dry, especially if you are using central heating or air conditioning. And even without that, some environments are naturally quite dry, which can have a similar effect on your skin. You are also not reapplying any products, and your skin is left on its own for a longer period of time. And in some cases, your skin can also feel a bit more dry because your skin barrier is going through its own repair processes. But here's the important part. This does not automatically mean that you need to use a moisturizer at night, because your skin already has its own system to regulate and maintain hydration. And if your skin barrier is functioning well, it can usually handle this water loss without any problems. So the idea that you must use a moisturizer at night just because your skin loses water is a bit too simplified. What really matters is how your skin responds. If your skin feels dry, tight or irritated, then using a moisturizer can help support your skin barrier, especially if you're in a dry environment like with heating or air conditioning. But if your skin feels comfortable, not dry and not irritated, then adding a moisturizer does not necessarily provide additional benefit. And this is where a lot of the confusion comes from. Because general advice is often turned into something that sounds like a rule for everyone, when in reality it depends on your individual skin. So instead of thinking that you need to use a moisturizer at night because your skin loses moisture, it is much more useful to pay attention to how your skin actually feels and responds. If it needs support, you can give it that support. If it does not, then you do not need to add something just because it is commonly recommended. So in the end, your skin losing moisture overnight is completely normal. But whether you need a moisturizer or not depends on your skin, not on a general rule. And that is what I want to share with you today. I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!